Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abraham and I am the founder of the Scholars Lamp, which is a platform designed to provide information about international opportunities to students across the globe. This will include scholarship, fellowship, graduate assistantship, and the list goes on. So if you are joining me for the first time on this channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and of course click the notification button, as I will be taking you through step-by-step procedure on how you can win an international scholarship. And guess what, guys? Last week I officially completed my master's degree in infectious disease and One Health under the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Wow, now I am an Erasmus scholar. Hooray! So, in this video, I will be showing you some of the highlights of my graduation ceremony last week, and most importantly, how you can be the next recipient of the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So, if you are ready, let's get started. Mundus scholarship is a scholarship for a joint master's degree program. Usually there are 120 ECTS. I will be explaining what this ECTS mean later and how you can convert your own CGPA to this ECTS, which is used in Europe. And this program specifically will take you across several European countries. For example, my program took me from France to Spain to Germany, and in most cases you are going to have an internship which provides you the opportunity to translate your theoretical knowledge into practice. So the beauty of this joint master's degree program is in the mobility aspects, in which you will be moving from one European country to another, and you will be taught in world-class universities by well-known experts and renowned professors in the field. And you can imagine having a renowned professor as your mentor in your field of interest. Wow, this is really great. It's an amazing opportunity to meet people from different culture, to meet people from different background, to share your own experience, your life story with other people, and of course to also learn about their life, about their background. Most importantly, you also be learning languages, which are very important for you to integrate into the different communities you find yourself. In fact, the program is fully funded. So regardless of where you are going, where you are moving, your destination, everything is being covered. For you to win this scholarship, you need some documents, and this will include your bachelor's degree, which can be in any field, but of course they need to be related to the master's program for which you want to apply. And guess what? The most interesting thing about the Erasmus program is that it is not just available to those who study sciences, which you can consider as STEM, but rather they are also available to those who study art or commercial or any field of research that you might think of. So it's a win-win for everybody, regardless of your background of study. Apart from this, you also need your academic transcripts, which will show your grade, your final CGPA, and almost all the scores or details about your academic progress. Apart from that, you need a certificate of residency, which is going to show, or a kind of proof of where you've been staying for the past 12 months. Then you need to write a letter of motivation. Very, very important. In my next video, I'll be sharing with you how to write a winning letter of motivation, or you can call it a statement of purpose for graduate school applications, and of course the scholarship aspect. So for this Erasmus program, you don't need to submit different applications for the admission and the scholarship. Just a single application is enough for you to win both the admission and also the scholarship. Another thing you might need include your passport, your CV, which is usually going to be in the Europass format, and as we progress, I'm going to tell you how to write, how to develop or to design your own Europass CV if you need one. And lastly, you'll be needing 2 letters of recommendations from those who can attest to your professional prowess, maybe professors or teachers or your supervisors in your place of work, but mostly they should be professional, or let's say academic or professional recommendation letters are usually welcome. Some of these programs will also require you to write the English proficiency test, although I've seen a couple of them in which you don't need to write the English proficiency test. All you need to do is to have a letter from the university that states that you were taught in English in the past 2 years or something like this. So depending, you can just go through the website and see the requirements of each program. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to go to the Erasmus scholarship catalog, and for that you can just type in the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, or you put Erasmus Mundus scholarship catalog. Then it will take you to this list. Then you can choose the very first one. Then you go down a bit, so you see there are lots of programs here. Okay, these are 163 programs. And out of these 163 programs, you can pick any 3. So when you are choosing, make sure you choose something that is related to your background, something that you have the necessary skills, the requirements, and relevant background, because it's a highly competitive. All these 163 master's programs, they are highly competitive. And they are open to everybody in the world. There is no special quota for Africa, for Asia, for Europe, for America. No, and in most cases they will select around 20 to 20, maybe 21 people. At times they might select 15 people. It depends on the project and also the budget for the program for that particular window. So when you are selecting, you select 3 that are relevant to also enhance your chances of getting admitted and getting the funding, because that's the most important thing for people from developing countries. So let's say I'm interested in this particular program, governance and administration of leisure and sports international masters. So what I will do is I will click on this go. You see, all of them have their own individual website. So if you click on this big one, if you click on this link, it will tell you mostly about the program, about the project, about the whatsoever the coordinator of the program has submitted to the European Union to get funding. So it is not for students. So this is not for students. You can read it as well, but majorly it is not for students. It's more or less like what was submitted to get the funding. So, but for you as a student who wants to apply for this master's program, you click on this go. This is what you are going to click on. And also, one thing I need to tell you, let's go back a bit. One thing I also need to tell you, so if you are selected for this master's program, it's a 2 years program, but you'll be spending your time the 2 years in France, Portugal, Lithuania, Poland, and Luxembourg, which is highly something very prestigious. And this is very interesting. You are going to be meeting new people, you are going to be learning different cultures, you are going to be learning new languages as well, new skills, learning how to adapt to different environments, and of course you are going to have your own cultural shock as well. So let's see how to apply. So one thing you need to know about this program is, though they are fully funded program, there is also what we call the self-funded wing of the program. That means if you are not selected for the scholarship, you'll be the one to foot the bills, you'll be the one to pay for everything, your health insurance, the school fees, the flights, your accommodation in Europe, and everything. You'll be the one taking care and looking after yourself. So one to avoid being in this category, you need to know the timeline. So you have to come to this website regularly, familiarize yourself with the timeline. When is the portal open for the self-funded student? When is the portal open for those seeking for the scholarship? So when you look here, yeah, currently now it says the application for self-funded students are open until May 31st. So if you are submitting your application during this period, you will be submitting as a self-funded student. That means you are not going to be considered for the scholarship. You will be considered majorly and basically for the as a self-funded student. So let's go. So here you can see how to apply. You can, of course, you need to read about the program first. This is general information. You need to read about the program first to be sure that you are qualified, to be sure you have the necessary documents, to be sure you have the required CGPA, you have the required bachelor's or undergraduate degree. And of course, if you are coming as a self-funded student, you can click here to see how much is going to cost you. Probably you want to fund yourself. So if you are from a partner country, you'll be paying 8,000 euros per year, and it's a 2 years program. That means you'll be paying 16,000 euros total for people coming from the partner country. However, if you are from the program country, you'll be paying 4,000 per year. So, and in total is going to be 8,000. So the difference, so from those coming from the partner country are those coming from any country outside the 5 countries that were listed. The 5 listed countries include France, Poland, Lithuania, Luxembourg, and I think one other country, I can't remember. So those are the partner countries. So if you are not from any of these 5 European countries, definitely you are from a partner country. And if you are coming as a self-funded student, you'll be paying 8,000 euros per year. Then of course you also have other fees to pay as well. But basically you'll be paying 8,000 euros per year as the school fees. But then if you are from any of the 5 listed countries, definitely you are from the program country, and then you'll be paying 4,000 euros. So if you click on the application form, it will take you to the application portal. And when you get there, if you scroll down a bit, you will see there are 2 different time points at which the applications can be submitted in a year. So if you submit your application by April of every year, then you'll be submitting as a self-funded applicant. However, if you submit around February of the year, then you'll be considered for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So it is very important for you to know the time point or when the window is open for the self-funded applicant and when it is open for those who are seeking for the scholarship. Another important thing that we need to look at is the eligibility. And as you can see, they are looking for candidates from all over the world. However, they are mostly interested in candidates with a bachelor's degree in related field. And of course, you must have around 180 ECTS from your bachelor's degree related to the field of study. And this can be in any of these listed fields here: sports science, sociology, sports events management, sports marketing, and the list goes on. For the language proficiency, and this can be either through the IELTS and TOEFL or using the Cambridge exam. One important thing with this program is they accept letter from the university that shows that you've been taught in English language for the past 2 years, which is also something very good. So we can also go to the required documents now. So you need your bachelor's degree, you need your transcripts, the official one, you need a CV, and mostly the Europass CV. So if you don't know how to create an Europass CV, just click on the link. It's going to take you to a particular website where you can design your own Europass CV there. Then you can download it for free. Then apart from that, you need the language certificates as mentioned earlier. You need a passport or a valid ID, and of course you need a certificate of current residence address. So this is to prove that you are from either the partner country or the program country. And finally, you need 2 letters of recommendation. And one important thing and beautiful thing about this program is you do not need to provide a motivation letter. I mean, wow, this is really interesting. They have their own way of selecting the candidates that are qualified, but in most other Erasmus Mundus programs, you need to provide a motivation letter. But for this program, you don't need to provide a motivation letter, which I think is a big plus, because most of the time, many applicants struggle to put down what their motivation for graduate school is. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to write a motivation letter for grad school applications, not just for the Erasmus program, but also for other grad school applications. So if you want to apply for other programs, let's say you want to apply for this master's program in coastal hazards, risk, climate change, impact, and adaptation. So you also go down and click on the website, and of course this program is also going to take you through Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. Remember, these are joint master's program being organized by 3 different institutions in 3 European countries. So you click on the link. Then once you click on the link, you are going to see also the information about the program, where you are going to have the semester, the time, the duration, and everything. So yours is just to read through and have the necessary information that is required for you to submit a competitive application. What you need to do is to click on the admissions, and then it takes you to the requirements. And then once you get to the requirements, you are going to see everything that is needed. You also need at least 180 European transfer credits, and then but it must also be in relevant field like oceanography and the likes. Apart from that, then they have different other things that you need to submit as well. But then if you look here, you also need to write a motivation letter here. You know, I told you most of the time you need to submit a motivation letter for European scholar for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So you need a motivation letter. So you just follow through, you submit, and that's how it's going to be. Don't forget, you can only apply for 3 related programs, and so you can always go through this catalog to search for as many programs as you want or you think that are related to you. Some programs will take you to 3, 4, 5 European countries, and you are going to spend sometimes there, maybe at times it might be 2 weeks, at times it might be 2 months, at times it might be 6 months, depending on the number of countries that you are going. So that is that about the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, how to submit your applications, and everything you need to know. In my next video, I'll be sharing with you how you can write a winning motivation letter for this scholarship, and of course not just this scholarship, but generally how you can write a motivation letter, a statement of purpose for almost all international scholarships. And trust me, I have won several scholarships, and of course over the years I've also helped several number of students to review their motivation letter, so I know a good motivation letter when I see one. So in my next video, I'll be explaining to you how to write a winning motivation letter, what are the ingredients of a very good motivation letter, and how you can write your own story in your own voice, how it can sound convincing, and how you can win the scholarship of your choice by writing a very good motivation letter. Until then, keep winning.